Welcome to Pod Me If You Can, I'm David Farrell. Today's film is Boys, from 1996. Stars Winona Ryder, stars John C. Reilly, Chris Cooper, and Catherine Keener.
Pod Me If You Can, movie reviews.
After Paddy Vare, Winona Ryder, finishes speaking with a policeman, played by John C. Reilly, who comes to her door asking about a party from the night before, she goes for a horse ride, falls off her horse, and is knocked unconscious. She is found by John Baker, played by Lucas Haas, and two other boys who go to the local prep school. They take her back to John's dorm, and the two start to develop a relationship. But what's she hiding? And what happened at the party the night before? So John Baker, played by Lucas Haas, in a way is such a creepy character that I'm not sure that this film works. He takes her as kind of a captive back to his dorm, and it's because he couldn't just leave her there and she was unconscious and rambling, and he didn't know where to take her, but really anywhere else would have been better for her. The reason he takes her is because he obviously likes her, but it's a little bit creepy. At one point he puts his thumb in her mouth in the car, which is really personal and weird. Now she definitely has a head injury, because she seems content to stay in this dorm room for much longer than she needs to. Winona Ryder is 25 in the film, her character, and these boys, 18, 19 sort of thing, sort of trying to finish school. And the thing is, she's reading their poetry and hanging out and making friends with John Baker. But she doesn't seem to want to go home. She lost her horse and you think she'd be hungry, and in a way I really felt like you have to suspend belief for them to bond at all. And when they drive away, she says, let's go to the fair. It's a really good fair. And he agrees because she's the boss. They leave together because he'll be expelled if she stays, and he has a car. She's acting very strangely though. This film is based on a short story, so I felt like there wasn't much content, and I felt like they filled out the backstory of her night before as a way of kind of pumping up the narrative. The night before she spent with Bud Valentine, played by Skeet Ulrich, who was a baseball player, and basically is the secret of the film, and what happened the night before is revealed to us gradually in flashbacks. One of my major gripes with this film is that it's a lot of kid actors. These kids, 18-year-old boys, they spend a lot of time just chatting in bathrooms and hallways and stuff, and they're not very strong actors. And Wiley Wiggins, who's from Dazed and Confused, is kind of obviously not great. The film has far too many of these scenes where the childish boys are just unconvincing. The second thing is that some scenes feel like a waste of time. He's halfway through telling a story, and Winona Ryder's character stops him and says, "You've told me this story before." And he says, "Have I?" And then she starts to tell him a little more of the story, and he goes, "Oh, okay." And then she basically stops him. But the audience have been watching and sort of thinking, well, we don't know the story. We'll finish the story for our benefit, or don't have this scene. What is the point? What a waste of a scene. Don't subject the audience to half a story. The love story is pretty thin as well. She keeps calling him the wrong name, and when he finally gets the guts up to kiss her, he proposes marriage right away. Thankfully, she doesn't say yes. But the two have sex at the fair, and with very little wooing. Winona Ryder was apparently very unhappy with the final edit of this movie, and refused to promote it. Possibly the reason could be that her character falls for this guy without too much to do, that she hooked up with someone the night before very easily, that she said she has a boyfriend in one scene. She comes off as slutty with most male characters and their interactions with her. I'm guessing there was more to her character, but it didn't make the final cut, and so she just comes off as a bit of a possession. Chris Cooper plays John's father, and he's in a couple of scenes. Catherine Keener has a cameo really as an uninterested girlfriend of another guy. Her secret finally lands them in the police station at the end of the movie, and the two of them get into a crowded elevator to avoid their parents and family. And it's a really unearned moment. Makes them seem like star-crossed lovers, when they really aren't. And the film doesn't hold up. I feel like it would probably be a good movie for 16-year-old boys in 1996, but no one would want to watch this now.
Thanks for watching. If you like what you see, please hit the subscribe button. Like us on Facebook and follow us on Twitter. Check out our podcast at www.podmeifyoucan.com.